Calligraphy is the art of writing and layouting handwritten words in creative and a beautiful way. Think you got what it takes? Let's give it a shot. On today's Woman Up, we invited calligraphy enthusiast and teen entrepreneur Joanne De Leon to teach us the basics of calligraphy.
The first thing you would need is your calligraphy pen. A great way to start is to start with the basics, those that are easy to get, cheap, and of course easy to use. We usually recommend the Kuretake Fujibayori pen. It costs around 55 to 60 pesos. Pretty easy to use. You can get it anywhere. Next is the canvas. It's paper. And a good paper to practice on is of course the line paper. And another kind of guided paper is the dotted paper. Those you usually get from Muji, or actually those are available anywhere else. For the basics, this is bond paper, 24 subs or 80 GSM, the thickest kind. Unruled paper could also be good. You know, when you just have stuff you want to write down or draw, it's like a dump site for all your creative energies. Unruled notebooks are a must. The most basic principle that underlies calligraphy is the heavy and light strokes. So, pag up, it's light, and when it's down, it's heavy strokes. That's why these are where the drills come in handy, because they help you practice the discipline of getting these light and heavy strokes down. So we have 3 basic drills we usually let our students practice, or usually introduce to them when they're first trying calligraphy out. First one is the up-downs. It's basically forming triangles on the paper. So you have to go up and down. They're usually just straight lines. Up and down straight lines. Next is the isaw. So I kind of just coined this on the spot when this was introduced to me, because yeah, it does look like isaw. The principle behind the isaw drill is to help practice our curves. Up, curve, down, up, curve, down. And it's actually one thing I still have difficulty doing, with keeping the thickness of the strokes consistent, just because the pen tips are that pliant. Okay, so next yung loopy loops. These are the most challenging of the 3. These involve actual loops. It starts out with a thick down stroke, and you turning, thick down stroke, lighter up stroke, thick down stroke, lighter up stroke. This is where you really do have to control the pen's thickness. Those are your practice drills. As is with everything we learn, there's always a learning curve. And I just kept practicing and practicing until I developed it as like a muscle reflex, or I developed a muscle memory for it, the way I would hold the pen. When it's new to you, you just have to do it over and over again until you get the hang of it. I wanted to get my art out there. I wanted other people to see my art, draw inspiration from it, and hopefully also grow along with it. Creating art is also about knowing that you'll always have room to improve, and putting it out there for other people to see would push you to always improve and work on your art. No, Sign and Sunshine actually took me in. It started when I met my partner, Sales Alejandro, at while I was applying for the UP Advertising Corps. Around that time, I was starting out with my own business. We saw how our business and art visions align with each other, and found that, you know, working with each other was really feasible and like would be really enjoyable. Being in the arts and crafts field is expected to be more a womanly thing to do, or a feminine thing to do. I don't like calligraphy because I'm a woman. I like calligraphy because I like calligraphy, and I just happen to be a woman. And actually, I know of some guys who are into calligraphy, really gothic styles, or are known for their graffiti-like styles. But then there are also some guys who, you know, get into cursive and fanboy over nibs and stuff. You know, calligraphy doesn't really have to be segmented into styles which defined by genders. It's just actually a passion for writing. With calligraphy, you know, you'd find that at times it could get difficult. So just two things: keep going, and when you find that you're like a small fish in a big sea, you find that there are too many other people like you. Just be yourself. This is what my art capitalizes on. The way I see things, and the way I want to let my style be known to others is how I really want to set apart my own calligraphy. Again, this is Joanne De Leon, a teen entrepreneur, and thanks for hanging out with me. Bye!
Catch us next week for more lady entrepreneurs showing you how it's done.